What is accountability in the workplace and why does it matter? Well, first of all, it's when you're able to say, yeah, I'm the one who messed up. I made the mistake. I'm sorry. And how can I fix it? Why does this matter? It builds trust. It allows people to know that you care, that you've made the mistake. It means that you can learn and grow, and that people will end up respecting you and trusting you more if you say, yeah, that was me, than if you say, oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know who did that. I don't know. Wasn't me. Or blame other people, which is even worse, because then you are not accepting the responsibility for your part, even if you didn't do the whole thing that led to the mistake. If you accept your part in it and then figure out how to fix it so it doesn't happen next time, you will be far more ahead in the respect category and also in the learning category. It makes you a far more appealing person to work with in the workplace. So it matters. If you've made a mistake, something happens, say, yeah, that was me. I am really sorry about that. What can I do to make it better? When I was working in the hospital, I one time was responsible for doing payroll. I was in a job in a particular area of the hospital for 3 months, and I had never done payroll before because it wasn't part of my job in the other areas. And so I did payroll, and something happened. I don't know what. This might have even been before everything was online. I know, I'm old. But what happened was nobody got paid the day they were supposed to. Something happened. Something terrible happened, and paychecks didn't come in. Or it might have been, this might have been it. It might have been they got paid double and then they didn't get paid the next time. I don't know. Whatever it was a huge disaster. And so there was nothing I could do about it other than say, I screwed up. I made a big mistake. I am terribly sorry. I will find out what I did. It will never happen again. And then I will move on. And I did. And it worked. And people were, they were mad. Of course they were mad. But they were fairly forgiving when I worked it out the next time. I think it was that I had paid everybody double because people weren't without money. I think they had too much money and then they had to wait. They had to do it for a whole month instead of every 2 weeks. I don't know. Whatever it was big and it was bad and it was my fault. So admitting that and then learning and growing and moving on was really helpful. So accountability is really, really something that if you have trouble with it, if it's something that you've had a challenge with in the past, you might want to work on it. You can always work on yourself, right? You can always do things to help yourself learn and grow and get better at your job, at life in general. And the self-development is a lifelong project, so it's worth it. It's so worth it. All right, thanks for watching. If you would like to find out more, click over here. I'll have a video for you, and I will see you next time. One of the worst things that I ever did was I sent a patient for a test at the wrong hospital. Here in Canada, how it works is not every hospital has every single piece of equipment that's needed for testing, and I needed to send a person to a hospital across the river and for a test, and it required them to fast, and there was all sorts of prep, and you had to package up all their stuff, and you had to have an ambulance booked, and it was a big deal. And I sent this patient to, unfortunately, the hospital that we normally always send patients for this particular test to. And for some reason, when I had organized it and booked it and all of the rest of it, I had another hospital's name in my head. So I got a phone call from this hospital saying, well, we've got this person here and we don't have them booked into our system, and there's an ambulance here waiting with them. So the ambulance crew had come, picked them up, taken them. They were at this hospital, and the hospital's like, never heard of this person before. We don't have a test booked. And I'm like, because I got the phone call, and I thought, oh my gosh, what did I do? I've just messed up all of this day for these people, and this person's not going to get their test, and meanwhile the other hospital is waiting for them and wondering why they're not showing up. Anyway, I managed to very quickly call the hospital where the person was supposed to go, and they said, okay, we'll take someone else first, and if you can get them here by certain amount of time, we'll still do it. And I'm like, oh, thank you, thank you. So I phoned the other hospital back, talked to the ambulance crew, said, would you please take them over there? Everybody was mad, but they said okay. And I thought, oh good, save the day. So the poor person was out longer than they needed to be, but in the end got their test and came back. And so what I did, because I thought there's no way I can get myself out of this, I knew the crew was going to come back and they were going to be mad at me. So I did a very silly thing. I got a brown paper bag and I wrote, I'm sorry, on it. And when I saw them coming, I stuck the brown paper bag over my head and I sat there and I waved. Well, all they could do was burst out laughing. And they were good. I knew them. It was fine. We had a good laugh about it. I apologized profusely. Everything was fine in the end. It just was an extra step out of their day. But I took accountability and I said it was me. I messed up and boy did I never do that again. You know? All right. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And give this a thumbs up because it helps to share this more widely. And take good care. I'll see you next time.